watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
The federal investigation into Donald Trump and his actions following the 2020 election will focus on Georgia today.
Hours from now, a special counsel will speak to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, the first time Raffensperger has testified before federal investigators. Jerry Carnes is here to explain what Raffensperger is expected to say.
Good morning. Brad Raffensperger and former President Donald Trump have clashed several times since the 2020 election. The Secretary of State has testified before a special grand jury in Fulton County concerning his encounters with the former president, and today it's anticipated he will talk even more about a recorded phone call between his office and the former president. During that call, President Trump alleged voter fraud during the 2020 election here in Georgia and asked Raffensperger to find 11,000 votes in his favor. Special counsel Jack Smith is casting a wide net in his federal probe of the former president. Smith is overseeing the case against President Trump and his handling of classified documents. We expect to hear more about the Fulton County investigation into President Donald Trump sometime in the next couple of months.
All right, Jerry, thanks. We are sticking with your 11 minutes of nonstop news. Atlanta police stepping up patrols around a pro-LGBTQ church.
Yeah, this all comes days after vandals spray painted homophobic slurs on their sign. The Church of Ponce and Highland proudly displays the rainbow flag. The group has been open and affirming of the LGBTQ plus community since the 1980s.
We are disheartened and we are saddened, but we are not afraid. So we are grateful to our neighbors who continue to support what we are about and what we're trying to do here.
The church has been targeted 4 times since the end of April, 3 times alone just in the last 2 weeks.
Georgia's ban on most gender-affirming treatments for minors will go into effect this weekend. The law bans gender reassignment surgery. It also bans hormone therapy. Puberty blockers are still allowed. The gender-affirming care ban has exceptions for medically viable disorders. Minors receiving treatment before Saturday will be allowed to continue.
Homeowners in Douglas County, listen up. The county says it sent out incorrect assessments for nearly 15,000 homeowners across the county. It says some new software they're using, it had a glitch and it did not include the homestead exemption. So if you are impacted, look out for a notice to come your way in the mail. And that was a look at your top headline.
It is a hot day. We're breaking into the 90s today, Chesley.
Absolutely we will. And we do have an air quality alert to pass along to you as well. See the code, or the orange counties there, the metro Atlanta counties there, all colored in orange. That means a code orange, of course, for our counties there. If you're sensitive to ground level ozone, you definitely want to limit your time outside today, or don't overexert yourself at all. Just go on inside if you can. If you suffer from respiratory illness or asthma, don't want to do that today. The air is going to be a little bit more stagnant than it was yesterday. Our winds yesterday were up to about 15 miles per hour, gusts a little higher than that at times. Today, no, they'll be lower. You got temperatures in the 60s for the most part, couple 50s up here to the far north, 71 the warm spot in downtown Atlanta. But look at these 60s around. 65 degrees McDonough down toward Locust Grove, 63 over toward Covington. You got 62 in Noonan, Peachtree City at 63 degrees, 63 Powder Springs, 62 over toward Dallas and Paulding County, 59. Wow, the cool spot over in northern Carroll County. That's you, Temple. Looking at 69 degrees in Tucker. Again, 71 in downtown Atlanta, 66 up into Roswell at the current tower. Your winter wear forecast calls for the shorts and short sleeves if you can get away with it. 92 degrees, your afternoon high. Those winds will be light, less than 10 miles per hour for today. Any rain, I think, will stay mainly off to the west of us, but even falling apart before it gets into areas of Mississippi and Alabama, where that heat will be on once again this afternoon. Notice the stationary boundary down to the south. Winds light out of the north, but this warm front will start to lift back to the north as, stationary boundary will begin to lift back to the north as a warm front and allow that heat to come right on in. In fact, you're looking at an excessive heat warning for parts of Mississippi, Alabama, into northern parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and even over toward eastern Texas. Not for us today, but it will be hot, and that heat will begin to build for the next couple of days. It will be over here. Not the triple digits like they're seeing off to the west, but certainly we'll get into those middle 90s. And with the humidity factored in, it will start to feel closer to the triple digits out there. We're going to see clear skies all day long today. Not bad at all. We're looking at the sunshine sticking around even through Thursday. I think a few more clouds will start to move in, but then rain chance starts starts to increase on us as we head into Friday. Friday, we have a 30% chance for an isolated shower or two. We'll hold on to it for Saturday as well with mid-90s for highs. A better chance for the rain coming to us by Sunday and into Monday of next week. Crash, how's the ride out there right now?
Not too bad, actually, Chesley. We've kind of been enjoying it a little bit. I mean, the nice weather certainly promotes a decent rush hour. I mean, we've got plenty of volume out here. Let's not fool ourselves. We've got a lot of folks that do have to go to work. So there we go. I-85, Gwinnett County, you're starting to see a little bit of wear and tear. Same thing out on that East Expressway. I-20 folks making their way in from Lithonia. You get your hot pockets right there around Panola, Wesley Chapel as you roll to 285. Then speaking of 285, one of the areas that we usually see a whole lot of congestion, especially approaching 7 o'clock, is 285 heading westbound from Spaghetti Junction through Doraville into Sandy Springs. But that's not too bad right there. Another beautiful shot from the Sky Tracker showing easy volume. Just remember all that construction through Sandy Springs in both directions. Hopefully we're going to get some resolve in the next month or so.
I'm Ariana Moniz, Gwinnett County School District. They're recruiting in Puerto Rico. The district says it's important for students to see and recognize themselves. In Gwinnett County, in the school district, Hispanic students make up more than 34% of the student body, and candidates, they're being recruited from universities on the island. So far, over a dozen are in the process of being hired, with more currently being interviewed. The district, they're also recruiting for paraprofessionals, candidates to join the custodial team and cafeteria staff. They're offering candidates an $8,000 incentive, including for being bilingual. Diversity recruiter Rodriguez Johnson says their goal is to hire 50 educators for this school year. Take a listen.
We work with them to find housing. They're being placed at schools that have high Hispanic populations, so they'll have a strong network. We're building affinity groups here.
Now, Johnson says this effort is just getting started. Over the last 3 school years, the district, they're more than double the number of Latino educators hired. Back to you.
Ariana, thank you. You're taking a live look right now from Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. That is where, they are getting ready for the big weekend travel. It's going to be something to see. Hours from now, the world's busiest airport will hold a news conference to help get you ready. Officials say they expect record-breaking travel between tomorrow and next Thursday. They predict more than 2.6 million people will pass through. The busy weekend comes as thousands of flights were already delayed and canceled this week on the East Coast. You see all that? Yeah, it was severe weather that led to airports grounding their planes, leaving some travelers stranded.
What people can expect when they're on the roads, whether on the air, whether at the gas station, wherever they are, is a lot of company. We have never had a forecast like this one. It's an all-time record for us.
People are back outside indeed. Just ahead on the Today Show, Tom Costello will have a live report from Boston Logan International Airport this morning. And as travel chaos from last weekend is still rippling through the East Coast and into the busy 4th of July weekend ahead, we're going to have an outlook for you coming up.
This morning, $25 million on the way to the Beltline. It is the biggest federal construction grant ever for the project. Officials with the Beltline tell us this investment stands to give people more ways to get around the city. The funds will be used for a 2-mile section of the northeast part of the Beltline. It'll also help connect the Lindbergh-MARTA station to the Beltline for the first time. This puts the entire Beltline on course to be completed by 2030.
This is an opportunity to get to a job, an opportunity to get to a medical facility, an opportunity to get to a restaurant, an opportunity to get to your child's school without having to necessarily get in a vehicle.
The Beltline is holding community meetings. The next one happens on July 27th, and it is open to residents. New this morning, Dunwoody's own Ryan Seacrest will soon be taking over as the new host of the popular game show Wheel of Fortune. In a Twitter post, Seacrest says he's humbled to be stepping into the footsteps of the legendary Pat Sajak. Jesley, over to you.
All right, we're looking at 9 noon. Temperatures getting up to about 85, 86 degrees. We'll have mostly sunny skies, and we'll hold on to that sunshine pretty much all day long today. It's going to be a hot one out there. Temperatures up to 92 degrees for a high. Winds will be light, less than 10 miles per hour out of the northwest today. By 6 o'clock, driving home, notice the sunshine. Keep the shades handy. You're going to need that. Temperatures down to about 90 degrees by 6 o'clock. And getting hotter. By tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures well into the 90s, right around 96 for the high. We'll hold on to those mid-90s at least through Saturday, with rain chances increasing through the weekend.
All right, we've had a fairly docile rush hour. Let's take it. Oh, don't forget about that sinkhole, Ponce de Leon between Myrtle Street and Argonne Avenue. We'll have all your updates at 11alive.com. Traffic is able to pass by, but North Avenue is always a viable alternate as we show your beautiful sunrise again.
Gorgeous sunrise. Look at those sunbeams. In a sweet twist of events, Chick-fil-A Atlanta is partnering up with the Atlanta Track Club to offer free peach milkshakes for runners and spectators participating in the 54th AJC Peachtree Road Race next week. To take advantage of the sweet offer, download the Chick-fil-A app and redeem a complimentary peach milkshake on race day. Catch is, users must be in Piedmont Park to download the coupon. It's valid, though, until August 5th, so it gives you plenty of time to get that peachy craving satisfied.
Don't forget, our team is going to be there 6 days from today. Special coverage begins at 4:30 a.m. on 11 Alive Morning News. I think we need to do a taste test just to make sure that the peach shakes are ready for the runners.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you run one? Can you have one in your hand while you're running?
Yeah.
I've seen crazier things.
For sure. Good morning, everybody.